I really like this one. The last segment we have is super controversial right now. Is religion still sacred, or are people just using it as a brand virtue signal to manipulate? Which I completely agree. I told you, I think a couple weeks ago, I stopped posting my Bible verses every day because I felt so conflicted that I was starting to get grouped, or I felt grouped into like these group of people that just manipulate with the word of God. Because no one's perfect. We are all sinners. I swear, I freak out. I don't know. I'm not a perfect human being. But if my goal is to convert people to the belief system that I have of believing in Jesus Christ, I don't feel like it would be positioning myself as I'm better than you.
How to build a business with your partner without ruining your relationship?
Yeah.
Well, I think, first of all, why would you start a business with your partner? I don't think every single couple should start a business. Like, I think very rarely you find like someone that aligns with you and is on the same page to a point that you start a business together.
I think we're good to go. So I think this is our T&G show. This is our third and a half podcast. We tried a week or two ago, but between both of our energies, it sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
We got some clips out of it, I think. I think I posted them randomly. But welcome to another episode of the T&G show where Gali and I recap building a business together, building our lives together, and hopefully give you guys some value in the midst of it if you're trying to build a business, especially with your significant other. I think I'm the significant and she's the other.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. That was kind of fire. All right, top podcast. And I listen, we came prepared this week, so we're going to hit you guys with some topics and things right off rip in correspondence to
let's
our
give a
data.
little rundown on what we do, who we are. Like, I don't know who's watching this, probably 3 people, but for those who do.
No, I force people to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we both did. Do you want to give a little breakdown on?
Yeah. So Gali and I have been in the life insurance space combined for 10 years, myself a little longer than her. And I got in around, 18, 19 years old. And, we worked in the captive space and did really well, worked our way up, very, very high in that space. I was a franchise agency owner, just a fancy title, a chief master coach there. And made my first gross million at 22 years old and lost a couple million in some bad business deals and bad partnership deals. And now we are building our own insurance company together. Should we answer Jason and tell him we're working right now?
And we both came from the captive space. Tristan was an agency owner.
Yeah.
I was a top producer.
We met in insurance.
We met in an insurance company. Two high performers. We found our way to each other through what was it, like the first time we saw each other?
You just kept DMing me and...
Never DM'd you.
She was liking all my stuff.
Never liked anything.
You were liking something. Basically, I was funny. I was running Zoom calls, just rizzing and razzing, and just razzled her and secured the bag. And...
It's kind of true.
Yeah. And then
that's pretty much how it went.
I didn't realize, I thought I was a king until I met her and just realized how many gaps were in my life and just how much more I could be doing. And so meeting Gali has been a blessing, and I don't want to call it a curse, but
what the frick?
A blessing and a
but blessing, I feel like a blessing.
I feel like the best blessings are painful because it forced me to grow a lot. So I didn't like the, hey, listen, you could be doing this better. Why don't you start your own company? Because it was all scary. It was all, maybe not even scary.
Curse.
It was just
awakening.
Yeah. Listen, any growth is painful. That's all I'm saying is no pain, no gain. So our first month, we launched our business January 16th, 2025, but we met in January of 2024, January, February, and then we officially got together in April. And it was pretty quick right after that I think it was probably June of 2024. We were like, we need to start our own business. And we started. No,
that was
June, July.
That was like August. We were on a yacht in August.
But I feel like in Hawaii, we were talking about, what's the future look like? What's your plans? It was always business from the very beginning. What's your goals? What's your business? I was talking about podcasts and marketing, and you're like, no, that's not enough. And from there, we decided, long story short, we decided to start, Equity Insurance Partners, this insurance company together. And I leave behind a couple $1 million and renewals and this identity that I built up, amongst thousands of people that I was paraded in front of as their king basically. The king of potatoes. And yeah, so we started Equity Insurance Partners. That launched January 16th with like 7 agents. And
Now we have like,
out of that 7, who's still around? 3?
out of the 7, we probably have like
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, we got Mikey still around, Steve still around, Brandon's still around,
Tyrese occasionally.
Tyrese, yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah. But I think that's a lesson in and of itself. Who you start with is not who you finish with. And there's nothing like, none of our relationships have ever been contractual. That's a big reason why we started EIP. It was tired of individuals building relationships with us and with other individuals, really never myself or Gali, I don't think, that were only friendly to you if you were making money off of them, which I agree with. Having business relationships, especially the energy and trajectory should be growth. But I don't think you should just befriend people.
Like, we had people in and out for, you know, like we started with.
As long as people are good.
We started with 6. Now we have like, what, 190?
Yeah, we're well over 200 agents. Well over 200.
In the pipeline,
And
I mean.
yeah, the entirety.
Yeah, we have active 180. How many active we have? Like 170, 180?
I'd say conservative.
All right, from 6 to 180 within 6 months. Yeah, I mean, people come and go. I think
60,000 a month.
I don't think there's a single person that left, and we had like a hard time saying goodbye or anything.
No.
Like,
we're smaller, so that'll obviously as we get bigger, there's just gonna like it's inevitable when building a business. You're gonna have liability. You're gonna have corruption. You're gonna have just issues. You're gonna have problems. So the problems are gonna get bigger as we get bigger. Understandable. We like having the control and giving our people the control over those problems. But I think you avoid a lot of those problems in the hiring process and just like nipping things in the butt when there's a bad gut feeling, which I feel like that's probably the biggest thing you've brought to my life is kind of calming down and not making irrational decisions and just kind of analyzing our gut feeling. Cause I will just try to turn a blind eye. Like we'll have a bad gut feeling and I'll like kind of know it's bad. And I'm like, let's just hire him. Let's work with him. Let's just buy it. Let's just do it. We'll figure the rest out later. And you're like, no, sure, we'll win the day, but it might cost us a couple million or just years of our life later, which I wish I would have, had that sense earlier.
Anyway, I think we're really doing this to kind of like, we both struggled having a proper, like, understanding what the future looks like in business and in life and how to actually achieve a certain amount of wealth and what are the next steps and how do I start and where do I finish and what to listen to and what advice should I take, who should I be around. I feel like that's really who we're doing this for and to kind of like document the journey. I can't wait to freaking.
What's really fun that we can shout out quickly is Priamo is going to make $50,000 this month. First full month in the business.
Yeah, one of our
profit. I'm pretty sure
love that.
That's going to be profit. So that'll be after expenses.
50,000 profits first month in the biz.
Yeah,
first full month. That's bananas.
He's at $62,464 of business submitted so far for the month.
That's nuts. Let's do the questions. We have a bunch of questions.
I just want to shout out 2 more people if they're watching that are part of EIP.
All right.
So Isabella Rinaldi.
Come on,
she's
Pookie.
the number 2 producer for the month. $27,732 of business. And number 3 is Ashley Seborowski, $27,435. So it's so cool to see everybody crushing it, and there's a lot of individuals crushing it. Over 60 technical submitters, 63 submitters so far this month. So great work, well over 600,000 6 months in. So let's get back to it. Signs you're in the wrong vehicle, even if you work hard. What do you think some of those signs are?
Signs you're in the wrong vehicle, even if you work hard. Mm-hmm. Well, I think the easiest sign would be looking at the top, like the person who's the most successful there, and kind of like asking yourself, okay, if this is the furthest I can go, there's not much room. I mean, if they're not successful, if the person that you look up to and you're learning from has freaking a fortune and that's, you would trade spots with them, beautiful, but that's the easiest way to find out if you're in the wrong vehicle. That's the first thing I would look at. Everyone around you, who's the most successful one? What are they doing? How are they doing it? How long did it take him to do that? Would you want to be in that place a few years from now? If the answer is yes, it's a good indication. I think another sign is how duplicatable is that system? Like, I've done a bunch of different sales jobs before I got in life insurance. none of them was duplicatable. So I think a good opportunity, whether it's not even sales necessarily, just any sort of, business.
I feel like some were. I feel like Bosworth had a super duplicatable system.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I thought you said none of them.
No, they had a no. I'm gonna make an exception. That was a duplicatable system, but the majority of my sales,
Yes. Yeah.
jobs were not really duplicatable. So I think that's a good indication. What do you think?
I think it's super simple, like you said. If you wouldn't trade places with the highest level, and a lot of people, I think they just leave it very surface level of like, yeah, they'd want the income, but then they look at the variables of favoritism. There's a lot of politics with sales companies. If you don't have ownership and there's bureaucracy and politics controlling it, it's like a government. The insider trading, when you're no longer favorited, they're just gonna cast you to the wolves. So you want to avoid sales companies, the signs that have the politician type of vibe where it's just controlled by favoritism.
Yeah.
And I think secondly, looking at like the richest individuals, if they're built off of the backs of hundreds and thousands of recruits that don't make any money, that is a bad sign. Because sure, let's say you're a good recruiter, but how would you feel recruiting, and I've done this, so I know the feeling, recruiting hundreds and thousands of people that aren't making any money, and cumulatively off of all of them barely making any money, you're getting rich. How would you feel about that?
Facts. Horrible.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. You know what I mean? And I always make this reference. The same people that vote, most people have common sense and their brain goes to, I don't want to contribute to a government that just takes advantage of people and the politicians get rich and we all just pay taxes to this corrupt system. But those same people that vote for better government literally work in a miniature version of that corrupt government in their sales company. There's corruption. There's no control over resources. Resources go towards like insider trading, the favorite, politician within their sales company, that chief master coach sir, that's just a kiss ass, just always brown nose and just, what it reminds me of? Dwight from The Office. Michael, I'm here.
Why would you make an accent?
Michael.
Michael. Why did you make an accent?
You know how I yawn and it's like that?
I hate... Tristan has developed a syndrome. I don't even know where it came from. Every time he yawns, he just like roars now. And it wasn't I don't know. This is not important, but...
It is important. I think I should work one up, deliver it to everybody.
Scream. It's spooky. All right, next question. Come on.
I don't know why this is so specific, but it says, why do most young entrepreneurs waste 3 years? I don't know why it says 3 years.
Just go to the next question.
Do you like that one? Do you have anything in regard to I feel like the last question kind of answered that one, the signs of a bad workplace. Is there anything you want to add to entrepreneurs wasting their youth?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty specific example, but I think you wasted we didn't waste anything. Everything was a lesson and a blessing, but for you it was 3 years of the same thing without before you had that awakening, you know what I'm saying? And I think reason people don't wake up or don't make a change when something is wrong, even if there's cash flow, could be in a better situation. I think the biggest reason people don't wake up is because they're brainwashed. It's really easy to get brainwashed if you're around people that are trying to make a buck off you and trying to convince you into, oh, yes, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You shouldn't have any money. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay if your people freaking leave, and it's okay if, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I agree.
So I think if you're brainwashed, it's going to be very hard to
I think just using your brain. I feel like everyone has that gut feeling, that conscience congruency. Your gut's just telling you don't do it, and then you just do it anyways because I want to get a 2012 Lamborghini, you know what I mean? Or I want to get that watch, or it's so surface level opposed to real generational wealth. When we were out there in that yacht and decided to get the business and build the business was, do you want to be famous or do you want to be wealthy? You know what I mean? Do you want to be an online coach?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a little bit of money and make a couple $1 million? Or do you want to make hundreds of millions and go after billions of dollars? You have to have ownership. The real reason you're stuck, it's not your work ethic. What is it?
The real reason you're stuck and it's not your work ethic?
If someone works hard and they're stuck, why are they stuck?
I think there are levels to the word stuck. I think there's you're stuck in the process of making your first 10K month, and then you're stuck in the process of profiting your first 10K month, and then you're stuck in the process of keeping that 10K month and not losing any business, and then you're in the process of scaling that to 30 and scaling that to 70 and 100 and so on and so on. I think people usually are stuck because they're not thinking big enough, and I don't mean it in like a super motivational way. Like, I really do think people are just not aware of how fast you can grow and how fast you can accomplish things if you're just exposed to them.
Yeah.
Like, before you see someone making $100,000 a month, it'll be very hard for you to believe that you
can make $100,000
can make $100,000 a month. So I think it's exposure.
Yeah.
I think it's exposure, action, and the fear of taking action and getting embarrassed in front of people.
I think that's it. That's my biggest one. I think that holds people back is I think most people will give up money. I think they'll give up time.
Because they don't want to look stupid.
They don't want to look stupid because the number one biggest fear amongst human beings is typically public humiliation. People don't want to be laughed at. Like even us. Like, you know, I feel like I've challenged you to get on social media, and you've gotten way better with just like being cool with people in general, general audience. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is you get more and more maybe open-minded to just caring about the right people opposed to the wrong people. And I think that's it for everybody. Like, the outcome of you caring about the right opinions opposed to the wrong opinions is far greater than caring about those wrong opinions.
Facts.
And just putting your energy into that. Because like a multi-millionaire, somebody that, or really even somebody that's built a legitimate business is never going to laugh at you for taking shots and trying new things to build a legitimate business. They would laugh at you for the alternative. For you not
literally.
Trying. What did starting with 7 agents, ultimately, what do you think you learned the most when we started EIP? From starting so small, not having any, we literally had nothing. We didn't have a bunch of money. We didn't raise money. We barely had any I mean, I had some connections. You had some connections. So like, we didn't have much though. What all in building EIP, what all did you learn?
I honestly think that the biggest lesson is just taking action, even if you're not sure what it's going to look like. Like, taking action fast on something that you're not certain about is such a better decision than just like freaking waiting and calculating the right move and saving the right amount of money and like waiting for the right person to freaking like the worst thing you can possibly do is just wait for the perfect moment. The biggest thing I learned from starting this business and scaling from, you know, like $60,000 a month to $600+ a month is just take action and take it fast. Don't wait for the perfect moment and don't freaking be as calculated as possible. Jeff Bezos said that. I forget how he said that.
Yeah, just take a shot.
But action, like hesitant action is way, way better than just like waiting for the perfect moment and taking your time and taking your time and taking your time. So just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid. It's better to learn from your mistakes. Yeah,
I vividly remember, maybe it was August, September, I don't know, we were sitting up at the pool deck making calls, and you were like, no matter what, because it was like we had this dream, but there was like no light at the end of the tunnel. And we were like, we don't know how we're going to start a company. How are we going to get relationships with the carriers? How are we going to do this? And you're like, no matter what, we just got to make calls. We got to get action. Every single day, we got to get action. I think it was a Tuesday, 11:37.
Before we got like the company up?
Yeah, before we got the company up, we were like, we have no idea how we're going to figure it. And I think that is the mindset, and then having general direction of we knew what we wanted, and then just reverse engineering of like, we can get emotional and we could sit here and do morning routines and sing Kumbaya, or we can focus on the controllables. We're in insurance. Who all's in insurance? How do we work our way up the ladder and call those people? How do we do this? How do we do that? So it was just calls, rejection, avoiding manipulation, because we had to sift out like who just wanted to try to take advantage of us.
Yeah.
And then we had to be okay with rejection, who just said no, or they didn't know. And then through, finding solutions, we found our way. So I think that's super important for every level of business, because a lot of people just sit there and wait like something's going to happen.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We were literally like...
Yeah, you were like, bro,
we want to start our company. Well, like, there's no like
and we
guide or anything.
We were setting deadlines too.
Yeah, there's no like guide or anything like you can look up online how to start your own business on freaking like whatever industry you're in. Like, there's no guide that tells you call this person, set up this business, get an accountant. Like, no one tells you what's the next step, you know? We
Yeah.
had to like, I remember we called random people.
Yeah.
We were sitting in our bed and we were calling these,
Just calling anybody.
customer service. We're like,
Yeah.
what would it look like to get a contract with you guys? We're so
Literally.
cute.
And selling insurance, making money. So it's not like we were just sitting there and we had millions of dollars. Like we had to make money. We had to.
Yeah, literally.
We were finding creative ways to make money, ultimately within the insurance
I don't think people
space.
understand starting this thing was not like a cheap business.
Now as I look back, I'm
all
like,
of our
I don't know
life
how we even got this
savings
far.
I don't even, bro, that was amazing.
I don't
All
even
of
know
our,
how
all
we've
of
gotten
our
this far.
life savings, all of our credit cards maxed, and people
out.
are like, you know,
Yeah, maxed
this is
out.
America. You can literally take free money like that.
Yeah. How to build a business with your partner without ruining the relationship.
How to build a business with your partner without ruining your relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I think, first of all, why would you start a business with your partner? I don't think every single couple should start a business. Like, I think very rarely you find like someone that aligns with you and is on the same page to a point that you start a business together. I don't think every couple should go ahead and just start their own business. I think we just had a stupid amount of alignment from day one. We were like twins. Like every thought, every idea, every like.
Yeah, because I always thought like, especially like, even since I was 18 or 19 years old, when I was younger, I used to draw out the manifestations and write down my goals and dreams, and I'd write down my dream girl. But like, as I think back to that energy, I really just wanted someone psychotic like me, and not in a toxic way. And I don't even think it's psychotic. Like my normalcy is I just want to grow and build forever. And we just hit it off because prior to you, just like any other male, I think I was just satisfied with, you know, finding a pretty female, you know what I mean? That just had like if there was some commonality of like, oh, she's pretty, she likes Jesus. You know what I mean? It's like, cool. You know what I mean? But like, there really was no like deeper fulfillment as I look back of like, all right, this really couldn't be a long-term thing, because the honeymoon phase goes away and then it really comes down to like, do you guys have alignment? Are you going in a general direction? So even if, I kind of disagree, because I feel like even if you're with someone, your life, I think, is ultimately a business. Because if you measure life based off of how productive or non-productive you are, that's technically a business, whether you're an employee or not. So if you guys aren't productive together, you have a failing business. Your relationship's a failing business. So I think I was so attracted to you because of that alignment, and I was like, super simple. So whatever your normalcy is for you, I think you got to figure that out for yourselves.
I think, but in short, to answer that question, like how to build a business with your partner without ruining that relationship, it's just a matter of like, if you're, and assuming you guys are on the same page, assuming you guys actually bring value to each other, like I wouldn't partner up with anyone if they don't bring any value. Like it wasn't like we just sit around the house and I was like, do you want to start a business together? Like, no, I was freaking good at this part of the business. He was amazing in the other part of the business. And that combo was just lethal. Like we knew we were going to blow this up with our qualities. You know what I'm saying? It just worked. I would never look to partner up with someone that brings no value just because they're my partner. I wouldn't look
you can't
to
do the same things. Hormozy's always
yeah.
talking about that.
I wouldn't voluntarily just hand out like partnerships to people, even if it's your significant other, if it's a parent. Like I wouldn't offer anything like that, even if it's your best friend and you're like, oh, I'm gonna start this business with my bestie. Like, are they bringing value that you can't bring by yourself? All right, sweet. Yeah, it might be a good idea. So I think you and I are just, from day one, we always ask each other like uncomfortable questions. We had proper, like, you know, we laid expectations. So, you say laid or laid out expectations? How do you say?
You can do either one.
We laid out expectations. Like, I never told you what to do or how to do it. It was always a matter of us exploring what's the common vision and, you know, just not stepping on each other's toes. We were just always on the same page. It was always so easy to, you know, just move forward. But it really just asking each other.
Just over-communicate.
Over-communicating. Remember, there was this book Patrick McDavid recommended.
Yeah, the 101 questions.
The 101 questions or something.
To ask before you get married.
It's like a book. Andrew! Sorry, I know this is like on. Are you okay? I wanted to send you a message.
He's getting surgery, I think, Tuesday? Wednesday, yeah.
This is nuts.
Yeah, you should see on his story what his back looks like.
I don't want to look.
It's disgusting. Doing good.
Good.
Man.
You're good?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you're good. How's everything going?
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I can imagine. Did the stem cells help a little bit?
No, not really. I still have to phone the doctor. He said they take a little while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did them once.
I'm walking right now. I wasn't walking.
I was gonna say you weren't walking. I took them a couple years
I
ago.
got like 50% feeling in my.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I couldn't feel anything.
that's disgusting.
Wait, did it happen through like an injury or something, or like?
I did it 10 years ago in CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit.
Oh.
But it just flared up
Yeah.
last week. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that's gross.
Yikes.
Super gross. Yeah, I seen the picture. I was like, that's gross.
Anyway, what was the?
Let's.
Oh yeah, there's this book.
Yeah, the 100 questions or
100
something. before
questions,
marriage.
something that it's just a bunch of like uncomfortable questions. Not uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but
we
just
read it and
important.
we figured out we've already asked all these questions.
Yeah.
So I think if you as long as you over communicate and you kill ego, I think the biggest thing that just destroys anything in life is just ego. You know what I mean? Like someone trying to prove the other one wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
what would you do today if you were 18 broke and only had a phone?
Oh, I freaking love this. I love that because I feel like probably 80% of the like audience watching this or like our socials or whatever like haven't even figured out how to make their first dollar by themselves. And when you first start, it all seems so confusing and there are so many opportunities, especially now 2025. You go open Instagram, every freaking post you see is like, oh, make money with affiliate marketing. Oh, make money flipping real estate. Oh, make money, I don't know, like e-commerce or whatever. Like there's so many different ways to make money right now and it's all the information is out there. You can make money literally doing anything. And I think the biggest, what do you call that when you're like going through Uber Eats and there's like so many options and you're like losing your mind because there's so many options?
Analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think analysis paralysis is keeping people broke. If I'm 18 and I can legally work in America, I'm definitely biased for life insurance. You can go ahead and explore whatever you want, but I am convinced down to my soul that really the easiest way to just get up and make money as fast as possible is getting an insurance license. I'm definitely biased, and even if I don't care. I don't care if you work for me. You can go work for any other insurance company. You can literally go right now, get your life insurance course, life and health course, license 215, get the course certificate after you finish the little course exam, go to the state exam. You can literally get it in 72 hours. And after that, once you have your license, go freaking prospect. Like either get your leads if you're super broke and you have no money to buy leads. Literally go stand in a gas station and just offer people life insurance. Someone will buy. If you stand there for 12 hours, like you're gonna make your first sale, you're gonna have $1,000. You can buy more leads and sell from home. Like I'm literally convinced that's the easiest way to make money legally as fast as possible in a scalable way. There are definitely a bunch of other creative ways to make money. Like I'm biased for life insurance, it changed my life. But if I'm 18, oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. That's what you did. You turned 18, boom.
I knocked on doors, so it was a little different.
Shut up.
What's one belief you had 6 months ago that's totally false now?
What's one belief you had 6 months ago that's totally false now? I was just talking for so long, so I'm going to give you first, and then I'm going to answer.
So I think for me, and I think this belief just I get, I don't know, more strict on it, literally as every day goes by. But I've always just been a spend first, save later. More of like an invest first, like just spend the money. And as much as that is, like, yeah, the key to growing is just put all the fuel to the fire. If you don't have a fuel reserve and like a fire blows back on you, then you're cooked. You're super cooked because having access to cash just gives you breathing room. It allows you to make smarter decisions because most entrepreneurs are living check to check. Most human beings are living check to check. And so the more cash you have, it gives you more time. And the more time you have to kind of reflect and make proper decisions and just not have that commission breath, especially as founders, owners, entrepreneurs as a human being, it allows you to make wiser decisions. So I feel like every day I get a little better with that.
I think honestly, it took me a second to find something, but I think that when we first started, I'm so analytical and I'm so about data and numbers and like, all these things. And when we first started, I was all about, oh, we need a system for this, we need a system for that, we need to hire someone to handle this part. Like, when there's a clear answer in front of your face on how the business generates the most money. Like, if you look at your business just from a super non-biased perspective and you're looking at, okay, what brings the business the most money, and whatever your business is, like, I don't know whoever's watching this, what brings you the most money within your business? Is it the sales itself? Is it really good marketing? Is it like, sometimes people get so caught up with, where do I put my time and attention? In insurance, you see that when people are starting to build a team and they're like, oh, I'm going to invest money in this system that's going to help me create a leaderboard with, I don't know, like, I don't know, just at the beginning, I was really tempted to get all these different platforms and resources and better training and what can we do to increase sales and what can we do to this. But when we looked back at what brought the most money to the business, it was simply hiring better people and more of them.
Yeah.
And better every time I thought like, we need to focus on this, we need to focus on that, we need to focus, like, my entire time and attention should have not gone anywhere else but what works.
Yeah.
So I think everyone that's making money in sales, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, just do more of what works.
Yeah. You can't put a price on good people. Completely agree. What's the dumbest thing we did in our first 90 days?
For sure. The free leads.
The free leads. I feel like there's going to be a lot of contradiction with that, or people that are like disagree.
Do you want me to give you a little background on what is it and how, like, just for me to explain whoever got this far? Thank you. I'll give a little rundown what's free leads. In the brokerage space, in life insurance, you got two options. You either a captive agent under a company that gives you one product, usually super low commissions, but you get free leads usually, and you get compensated really good for building a team, but it's kind of hard to make money selling insurance on your own because the product is not really good. You don't have any diversity with the product, and just overall less cash for the producer itself. And in the independent part of insurance, you can be an independent broker. You have all these different insurance carriers you can sell through. Your commission is your commission is drastically higher, usually twice than what you were to get as a captive agent. So as a producer, you have a better opportunity to make more money. And what was my point? Oh, the free leads. And you get a higher commission because you're independent. So you're in charge of your leads. You're the one responsible for your insurance business, whether it's you hiring people to help you in your business, you paying an appointment setter, you purchasing your leads, you buying systems for dialing, whatever it may be. So that's why your commission is higher. We thought that we can make a little combo of both and give away free leads. For us, it wasn't free. We generated these leads. We had to pay like $16-15 it cost us for one lead.
Yeah. Not including the marketing protection monthly as well.
And just a bunch of other expenses. And we also gave higher commissions. Anyway, long story short, nothing wrong with giving free leads to people that perform really well and you have a system to track everything. But we just gave free leads to everyone that joined, which I don't regret it because that brought us so many people and they saw the value of the leads. They saw how good they were. So it cost us a lot of money in a very short period of time.
Anything free is just a lead generator. Like if you're receiving something for free, you're now the lead. So look at it that way. Like the lower the barrier to entry, the less qualified the human being. It is a lead generator to qualify more human beings to see who the best is. It's just a great way to get a bunch of low quality humans.
Come on.
Have we had a really big fight that you've learned something from, that it taught us both something? I feel like we've just learned from any fights that we've had that we just need to let ego go sooner and just find a way to win, opposed to me proving you wrong or you proving me wrong, which is usually just you proving me wrong.
I think maybe just the only thing is probably us getting too emotional and heated.
Yeah.
I think whenever we're in that state, we're just trying to like prove each other wrong, and then we learn that the best solution is kind of like taking a 10-minute timeout.
Yeah.
Just like being apart for like 10, 15 minutes, taking a breath, being logical instead of emotional.
I don't know why we don't just wrestle it out.
Help. Help me.
Oh,
JK.
I feel like we've never ever considered quitting.
Never.
What do we look for? What do we look for in people who actually want to mentor, that we want to mentor?
Oh my gosh. I just know. It's not even me knowing. Factually, we have all the tools to create millionaires. We
Yeah.
have all the tools to create millionaires, multimillionaires, 100 millionaires. Like, we have all these tools. And I think it's just a matter of the perfect person to mentor would just be someone that does what they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
They do what they say they're going to do. They want to do big things. They're willing to be mentored. They're actually going to take your advice and execute. They're not asking 1,000 questions 10 times.
Just willing to do the boring work. 'Cause
And
in
willing to do
insurance,
all the work. The boring work, the fun work.
it's the boring work that I feel like brings the most extraordinary rewards, though. Like, the biggest thing people want to stop doing when they get into insurance is selling insurance. And then you have a bunch of idiots just running around recruiting each other that are broke. Like, just stay in the trench. It's not even the trenches. It's all a matter of how you just, we sell money in the air conditioning. People don't realize back in my day, when I was selling insurance, it was door to door. You had to drive to every house, every appointment, sun, rain, snow. I remember I wrecked my car 5 times. Let me just glaze myself real quick. Jesus. 5 times I wrecked my car. I had to get out. Imagine me coming up to sell you in the winter in Pennsylvania in a 2013 Chevy Cruze, shout out my mom, and I got out of the passenger side because the driver's side door wouldn't open anymore.
I would never buy anything from you, bro.
And I was selling. I'm 19 years old.
I would call
this
the
car
cops.
is destroyed. Every side of the car was wrecked. That's how many times I fell asleep behind the wheel.
Jesus.
It was all cooked. It was all destroyed. So a lot of people that just like you always say, privilege is blinding to those that have it. The more
Invisible.
privilege is invisible.
For those who have it.
I like blinding more.
Yeah, you keep saying blinding, but it's invisible.
It's so much better. It's like that Batman blinding. But yeah, when the more privilege you have, like the weaker people get. That's like why men are so weak now. There's so much privilege and things that we take for granted that just makes men weaker and weaker, and
Facts.
a bunch of Jerrys from Rick and Morty.
Tristan.
It's the best show in the world, apparently, you said. I usually don't watch TV or movies, and Gali loves Rick and Morty, and no, I'm kidding.
Trying to fight here.
I'm kidding. Okay, let me find another good one. If we could only give our future kid one lesson about life, what would it be?
Be the best. I can give a bunch of like things that I
like
think
be
are-
the best.
Be the best.
Be the best. You only got one life. Why not be the best? That's really
best.
good. Let's get that tatted on your forehead.
Thank you.
What's the difference between I love this? Oh my goodness.
Come on.
You want me to tell you?
Yes.
This one's crazy.
Go ahead.
This is insane.
It's gonna be stupid now.
This one is nuts.
Talk.
I can't even.
Tristan.
All right. What's the difference between hustle that leads somewhere and hustle that leads nowhere?
Do you want to start since you're in love with this question?
Yeah, but I'm going to try to keep it under like 15 seconds. Hustle that leads somewhere is, like I just said, you doing the boring work. And hustle that leads nowhere is you trying to do fancy work, trying to come up with creative ideas. I'm going to build a new CRM. I'm going to build this. Doing everything but selling more of the product or service. Doing everything but generating more revenue. That's the hustle that leads nowhere.
Boom. I think, phrase the question again.
What's the difference between hustle that leads somewhere and hustle that leads nowhere?
People that spend their time sitting down and calling it work, they happen to sit down in front of their computer for 10, 12 hours with no agenda, no actual schedule, just like kind of freestyling it and thinking it's a grind and thinking it's the hardest thing ever, and they actually make no money, but they still think that they're working really hard, like when they're actually scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, whatever. Like, you need to have an actual breakdown of what generates you the most money.
Yeah.
And just do that 1,000 times, like over and over.
People fill their days with a bunch of broke
And if you
stuff.
fill your days with bullshit all day, then
Then that's what you get. You get exactly what you put into this life. There's no one else to blame but yourself. Really good.
thank you.
What is one thing you wish every new agent stopped doing immediately?
ask questions that we answered, or just find out answers by yourself. Every time, okay, I love helping people when help is actually required, but 95% of the time when I get someone reach out to me,
I don't think that's true.
hang on, when someone reaches out to me, 95% of the time they ask me a question, they can find the answer to themselves. 95% of the time. It might be in our resources. They can go to ChatGPT. Like, people are not independent. People are not resourceful. And they're just super dependent.
Let me try to challenge you on that.
Challenge me, baby.
Here's an example. I am Agent A. I come to you with a question every day. I bring you $0 of profit. Agent B, I come to you with 2 questions, twice as many as the first agent, every single day, and I bring you $100,000 a month.
Oh, easy.
Are you still upset about the questions?
Never.
And all of the questions are so.
But
our
that,
level
you know
of
what?
irritation as
But
leaders.
it never happened. I promise you. Not once I had someone that brought a crazy amount of revenue and asked me the same question time for time.
Why
Never.
do you think that's the case?
First of all, like, the proof is in there. They're making so much money. Like, they figured something out. They're resourceful. They're working super
That's what I
hard.
wanted to hear.
They, like, the proof
They're
is there.
resourceful.
Never happened to me once that someone that brought all this revenue, like, asked me 1,000 questions time after time after time.
And there's
after
nothing
time.
wrong with questions. I don't want people to
No,
watch
the
this and be
questions
like,
are
oh
not.
my gosh, these
Here's
guys
the
are
thing.
dictators.
If you want to earn respect from anyone, not even like your, like, anyone.
But we're not building rockets. We sell life insurance.
If you want to earn respect from anyone, don't ask questions you can find the answer to yourself. Don't ask questions to sound impressive. Don't ask questions just to show that you're working. Sometimes people used to hit you up and they're
they
like,
just want to show they're working.
what's the underwriting answer for when someone has a high blood
What is
pressure?
the
Like,
circumference of my...
if you want to earn respect, don't ever ask questions that you can find the answer to yourself.
Don't talk, just bring money. No, I'm just kidding. You are not going to talk anymore. Should sales companies be allowed to post just watches and cars and materials to recruit? Why or why not? This is kind of vague. I feel like it's not a
If
deep
they
enough
should
question.
be allowed?
Should sales companies be penalized for just having a pyramid style model?
No, not at all. I think it's the fault of whoever joins these companies with the
Yeah, the reward is...
with the impression they're going to have these results right away. Like, people that are actually that wealthy, they don't spend any time filming their shit on social media and bragging about it. The most
Or if they
wealthy,
do, it's not a recruit.
The
It's not
wealthiest
like
people
Jeff
that I
Bezos
know,
is on his yacht like, I'm hiring!
yeah, bro, the wealthiest people that I know don't even have social media. Like, that's the level I want to be
Who the
at,
hell
bro.
do you know that doesn't have social media? Oh, yeah, I guess,
Thank
yeah. Me, I just deleted my Instagram player. Is the sell your warm market model just a modern pyramid scheme?
Is the what?
The sell your warm market. Just that's
Sell your what?
your friends and family. Hey, you're gonna just sell your friends and family.
I mean, obviously, it sounds kind of...
Like a pyramid scheme? You know what's crazier than that? There's insurance companies or sales companies out there. You have to, I don't know where they came up with the word, but you have to come up with like a Fig 50 or a Fig 100. You have to write down like 50 people you know, potential leads that you know prior to joining the insurance company. Then you give it to your upline. Your upline calls it, and if he makes any sales, then you're good to join, basically.
What the hell?
Yeah, like you just generate, I think...
Kind of smart.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's do that.
Yeah, right. I like this. Would you rather have 50 average agents or 5 killers?
Would you rather sit on a cake and... I'm kidding. What'd you ask me?
Would you rather have 50 average agents or 5 killers?
5 killers any day.
5 killers any day.
What would you...
50 average potatoes, idiots, please. Obviously 5 killers. Is it better to be loyal to a bad upline? I feel like these questions are...
The no one has the dumb ones, bro.
I feel like it'd be kind of funny, though.
Is it better to kill or...
Is it better to be poor and loyal or rich and start over broke but free? What is this? Should women... Why does this even say this? Should women sell life insurance differently than men? Or is that a cop-out? Is there a different approach?
I don't think life insurance has anything to do with it, but I think in general, like females, if you look at our data and our statistics, our girls close way more than our dudes. Our girls close way more than our dudes. It is what it is. They spend less money.
I just think
they
girls
close more
work
deals
harder, though. I
First
don't
of all,
think it's a
here's the
skill
thing.
set. I do think people in general like to hear from a woman more. I think obviously I would want to be sold by a woman.
Girls are closing more because they're
I just
more.
think guys are lazier right now. I think men are broken right now.
I'm comparing right now people with the same work ethic that sit down in front of the computer at the same time. Girls are more disarming. It's easier for them to close deals.
Did you just try to make your voice disarming? I just got armed.
I'm
armed right now. That's not disarming.
I'm giving you an example.
You lost your touch.
Girls are no, seriously, but they're more
please.
disarming.
I have
Hang
a
on.
girlfriend.
Hey, let me tell you something. They're
Talk
more.
Chibi. Let's talk in Hebrew.
No. Makore.
Ben's.
Hey, nope. That's a bad one. Anyway, I think girls are making more money simply because number one, they're more disarming. And number two, they're just resourceful. Girl, dude, let me give you an example. Probably almost every leader that onboarding a new agent, not probably everyone, but a few of them asked me, hey, how do I onboard a new agent? And I had to teach them how to do that, which is not a problem. Bella, shout out Pookie, comes to me one day, goes like, hey, so I sent them, I watched the 4-step onboarding process we have on the website. I sent them over everything. What's a good name for the agency, do you think? I'm like, what? You did it all by, like, you send them over everything? She was like, yeah. I watched all the instructions in the thing. It was all there. I was like, that's just it. We just need to hire girls.
Yeah, no, it was that one girl that just made that big deal.
Yeah, there was another girl that never did insurance before.
herself.
We had a phone call with her, got her license, never did insurance before. Boom.
Yeah.
16.
I think it was like Gina,
16 or 12.
Yeah, something crazy.
And no, without talking to anyone, like, he just calls us and goes like, yeah, she didn't ask me anything. She just submitted the deal and asked me how to put it on the Telegram.
All right, let's start speeding through some of these.
All right.
Gotta try to answer in less than 10 seconds. Why? Let's do this. Why do you think most salespeople flex the money and materials, but never talk about like investing and building real, like having a goal of building real generational wealth?
Recruiting purposes. People think that it's, I think it's recruiting purposes. I think that it's, in their minds, it's more attractive to flex cars and jewelry and designer stuff.
Is that a turn on or a turn off?
What do you think?
It's a turn on. I completely agree with you, and I think it has a lot to do with depth. I think as I've gotten older and more mature, I realize 18, 19 years old, car watch, the rappers, what social media portrays to you. But again, like the super wealthy people that we talk about and some of the people we know, they're not hardcore on social media. So now you don't have that exposure like we talked about in the beginning. Proximity is power. So what you're exposed to kind of impacts your mind. We're not exposed to that growing up as kids. It's the rappers, it's social media, it's quick wealth, cars, watches, girls, opposed to real valuable generational wealth, security, investments, and building something that you have for yourself.
And I don't think these people are being taught these things.
No.
All their uplines.
Because they want you broke. If you're broke, you're trapped. What's your biggest ick when someone tries to recruit you?
My biggest ick when someone's trying to recruit me?
Yeah.
For what, like, to work for them?
Yeah.
Let me think about that one. What's yours?
Just not having any common sense. Like
Nice.
not analyzing. Like
I think the biggest ick when someone's trying to recruit me is when they, like,
the best recruiters.
it's been a minute since someone tried to recruit me.
But the best recruiters, the best people that are trying to sell us something
are not going to sound like they're going to sell you something.
they're down to earth and they make it seem like they don't need the money. They don't need it.
Yeah.
What do most people not realize about residual income in insurance? Kind of there's like a lie that people use around residual income as a lie.
That most companies pitch this residual income thing just to kind of like keep you trapped longer, so you're scared to leave because you accumulated all this,
And the money really
residual
isn't even
income.
residuals.
And truthfully, most companies, your residual income, if you're selling like a final expense product, guess how does it go?
The data on it's about 2 to 3 years. That's how long a final expense. 80% of like final expense policies stay on the books for about 2 to 3 years. And most captive companies, guess what they all sell?
Final expense.
Final expense. And they pitch them, you have this 10-year renewal. I have so many. How many people reach out to us? Horror stories, texts, emails, calls. Can you believe this happened? Like, yeah, we can. What's your opinion on lead vendors selling overpriced leads or dead data and making a massive profit?
I don't think anyone is buying dead leads or like I've never.
No, not dead leads. I'm talking about like overpriced leads and just really bad data. Overpriced leads. Simplify it.
I mean, there are lead companies. They can do whatever you want. Just
They
don't
can
buy
obviously.
from them.
What do you think?
I wouldn't buy from them.
What lead vendors do you know out there that are selling that's selling a good lead, a fair price lead?
I know a good lead, but they're just expensive. I don't know any companies that sell bad leads.
Do you what? So let me try to ask this again. What lead company sells a good lead at a fair price?
No one.
One.
What is it?
Our company.
We're not a lead company,
We're not,
bro.
but you can only get our leads how?
I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing.
It's not that the other lead companies are bad.
They suck.
No, hang on. They have really good leads.
That sounded fake.
I'm not lying.
Good leads.
If you had 100 leads from any other lead company, they would be pretty good. The only con is they're just $40 a lead, and that's their business. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's expensive because that's the nature of the business.
The best is when the lead companies will be like, you will give us $3,000 every week, and we will maybe give you 10, 15. We'll see what you get.
Yeah, that's
We'll see what you get. How can you tell if a millionaire on Instagram is actually broke? Quote unquote millionaire.
If they're trying to push a product super repetitively, like if they need people to buy their course over and over, like if if you're a millionaire and you're chilling, just go chill.
Based how thirsty you are.
But if you're super thirsty, like I know a bunch of people that are selling. I know a bunch of people that people that on social that sell whatever courses and information, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are doing it in a classy way, and I think some people are so desperate, and it just comes off as like it. I don't think it will attract anyone to work with you.
Yeah.
You know, but I love the ones that do it in a classy way.
All right, time to get into a little bit of fun. We'll keep these short. Who's more stubborn in business decisions, me or you?
You.
You.
Maybe me.
Yeah. Who closes more sales? Who's closed more sales?
Probably me. Bro,
Do you have a President's Club ring?
When you did what you did in a year, I did in 3 months.
You didn't write 200,000.
You made 100 grand your first year?
114,000 my first year.
I made 104,000 my first, like not my first, but like in 3.5 months.
They were giving you
Hang on.
what I got in a year in leads. They were giving
Stop.
you.
Is this an excuse? Or
Is this an excuse?
Thank you.
Okay, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. Okay. I asked over the entire career.
Who wrote more?
Yeah.
Personal?
Yes.
I
You
probably
can get it
wrote-
out now or you can get it out later, the truth.
No, I probably did like $250,000
I
throughout
did
my career.
$500,000. Do you know what $500,000 is compared to $250,000?
You're the best.
Just
We
go
told
get-
everyone we're not against each other and we're
We
together.
are against each other. I was lying. Who's better at recruiting?
You.
Who's more likely to forget a chargeback's coming?
You.
If one of us had to fire the other, how would it go down?
I
Oh my
would
God.
genuinely, if I ever had to, I mean, it would never happen, but like, I feel like you would call the police or something to stand behind the door.
No.
We're not-
If she had to fire me, she would have the Mossad come get me. They would extradite me to, I don't know, some Israeli prison. That was fun. Who's the worst with money? Who has the best jokes?
Tristan Ross Dlabik.
Who has the best jokes?
You.
Who has the best diet?
Me.
Okay, what do you think sales and recruiting will look like in general 5 years from now, 2030? What do you think the sales industry is going to look like?
A lot of AI. In what way? I don't know. But I think there's always going to be a need for human help for like buying a service or a
Yeah.
product. especially when it comes to insurance and investment in policies and things like that. So I don't think AI is going to take over any of that.
I feel like there's going to be more of an awakening with how much marketing of like people getting scammed and like, yo, stay away from these companies, stay away from these models.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a lot more. Yeah, I think companies
Yeah.
are going to go down. The poopy companies are not going to be around.
Do you think 10 years from now there will still be W-2, or will everyone need to be earning some form of commission, 1099?
Yeah, of course they're going to be. There's always going to be.
Yeah, I think there'll always
I
be
think
W-2?
that's my opinion.
Should schools teach commission-based sales as a career?
Yes,
Is college stupid?
it depends. I would want my surgeon to go through college. I would like my lawyer to have, proper college education.
You know there's people that free themselves from prison
What?
by educating themselves like legally on like the legal system with no college. They just read books in prison. They're like,
Well, I think it depends on what
Roe
you want to
versus
do.
Wade.
I don't think college is stupid. Depends on what you want to do.
are you pro-Israel?
Yes, I'm pro peace everywhere. Peace in the Middle East.
Is America getting softer or just more self-aware?
Softer.
Softer? Should men still pay on the first date in 2025?
Always, forever, and ever.
Is it a red flag if a girl has 100,000 followers on Instagram? 100,000 plus followers on
I mean,
Instagram.
depends. I'm about to get to 100. Is it a
Red flag.
I think it depends.
Yeah, it just depends on how you portray yourself. Because you could be like an OnlyFans dude with like 1,000 followers. That's the ultimate red flag. You're out there doing...
And that didn't even work.
You're out there doing, yeah, it's like you're out there doing all that crazy stuff. That's the craziest. Here's the next question. What's your opinion on OnlyFans couples?
I believe everyone should do their thing. I'm not here to lecture anyone on how to live their life. I wouldn't do that, but I believe that, everyone's a grown person to, they're going to make their own decisions.
I think it's disgusting.
Well, there it is.
Especially dudes. You're disgusting. It's gross. I know what you guys have to do when you're doing all that stuff. Weirdos. Can a man be broke and still lead a relationship?
No. No.
Oh my gosh. Should you split finances with your partner or go all in?
No. Depends on what. What are you talking about? Like
I don't
we're
know. It's kinda,
business
it's kind of
partners.
stupid, yeah. Are we addicted to healing and self-care as an excuse not to grind? I liked this one.
Yes.
I feel like so many people want to replace doing the actual work with my routine.
Are we singing now? Everything.
We are singing. Like, hey, bro, why aren't you making any money? I don't know, but I have a 4-hour cold plunge session today, so that should help.
Yeah.
What
Well,
about a 4-hour just like try to sell your product session? Did you
Yeah.
ever try that, idiot?
like every time someone is like, I don't know, having struggle with making money or something, and then we have to have a little pep talk, and then they go to the gym for 4 hours in the morning the day after. I'm like, this is
You
why
want to
like
be broke.
yeah, literally. Like take these 4 hours, just sit down and make dials. Watch money come to your
Is
account.
there a normal life rule you completely disagree with?
Normal
Yeah,
life?
like something that's like the general population like kind of abides by. Do you disagree? Is there something like super big, like the world lives by this, but you disagree with it?
There's a bunch. Now that you put me on the spot, I need to find a really good one. But I think overall, here's what I think. I never understood how super wealthy people are that wealthy. It didn't click to me. I didn't realize what they did, how
Yeah.
they did it. I didn't find the one common thing between everyone. I didn't understand it. And I think you're not really getting encouraged to explore what others did and how they did what they did and how they built companies. Like no one teaches you anything
Yeah.
about business in school or after school. Like everyone wants to sell this, dream. I don't know. Everyone has like a different route, but I think one day it just hit me. I was making the most amount of money I made in sales at the time. I was like a top producer in my company. I was making all this money. I was 23 or 22, and I was like, what's the next step? Like, is that what, like, the rich people, the super rich people, they're not sitting here making sales, closing deals. Like, what do they do? And I remember I was like, I just felt lost. I was like, do I have to do this, like, for the next like 10 years? Like what's the next step? How do I scale from this? And no one really encourages you to think far or like start your own thing. So I think the biggest thing is asking questions that people encourage you not to ask. I wish I had like a crazy short line to give you, but like that's really what I think. Just ask questions and think bigger.
Do you owe your inner circle loyalty if you outgrow them?
Don't be a douchebag, but like no.
What would you do if Instagram was deleted tomorrow?
Continue my business. Like Instagram is not.
Would you still make money?
Don't make a dime off Instagram.
Hey.
What would you do? You probably yourself.
You've seen my Instagram get deleted.
Yeah, you were pretty chill when it happened.
Are red pill? Do you know red pill, blue pill?
Like from the I'm not sure how it goes.
Yeah,
but
like
go ahead.
the kind of the reference to today's age is a red pill is somebody that's super woke, in a sense of like think more conservative, and a blue pill like someone super liberal, like not awake, still living in the matrix. Are red pill influencers helping men or making them worse?
I'm not sure what's a red pill influencer setting.
Someone that would be like an Andrew Tate.
If they're making them worse.
Yeah. I feel like Andrew Tate's helping men.
No,
for the most
I
part.
honestly, you see me watching Andrew Tate.
Hey, you watch me. That's it.
No, I think he has solid points.
Yeah,
I think
there are definitely some good points.
Yeah.
They're as good as mine. What's the most stupid? Should women propose to men now
No.
that everything's equal?
No. Niet. I just think overall people need to think bigger. I think everyone can do.
I agree.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, all these questions and everything. I think the biggest message I can possibly give to anyone who's watching this and feels kind of lost, and I'll be very surprised if someone made it this far, but shout out to you if you did. Love you. You just need to think bigger. Like, whatever you're doing, you're probably not doing enough of it. And, like, you just need to think bigger and execute. That's the biggest thing. Execute on things you're not sure are going to work. Execute on things that are, stop.
What?
We're going to fight after this. No, I'm kidding.
What's a bad habit you picked up from each other? I'd say I got lazier.
Bad habit I took from you. Probably before we got together, I really didn't watch any movie for like 3 years.
Yeah?
I had like stuff playing around.
I don't think I have a bad habit from you, really. I feel like I only got good things.
Good answer.
It's actually annoying as shit. I'm going to think all
Great
day.
answer.
I'm going to think the rest of the day about that, chat. What's one non-negotiable in our future family? Be the best.
Be the best.
Be the best or don't
Or
come
you're out.
home, idiot.
Be the best, idiot. Or you're not getting breakfast.
If we made a movie about our story, what would the title be? The African Jew. Agree or cancel me. One says a hot take, the other agrees or disagrees brutally.
What? I'm sorry. What was
Do
that?
we have anything? It's kind of a fun idea. Is agree or cancel me. Do you have any type of hot take that you would propose to someone or myself, and I either agree or cancel? I feel like we've already said a lot of those. Like just major viral things that people would be like, no, you got to cancel her. You got to cancel him. We'll wait until we get a little richer to say some crazy ones.
Okay.
Is there anything that you think that sounds smart but is actually dumb, especially like in the sales world, business world? I feel like we've touched on it. In my opinion, what sounds smart is all the self-help routines, but what's actually dumb about it is you can't afford to be spending your whole day doing all these self-help routines.
Yeah, I think overall that idea of like doing more of what is not relevant to what actually generates all this money for you, I think that's stupid. Just making people focus on spending money and freaking all the things you just said, like the self-help, cold plunges, whatever. Like, it's great, but it's not going to put money in your bank account. So I think just there has to be you got to separate these.
Yeah. Are high-value men actually intimidated by strong women? I think no. I think low-value
so.
men
Yeah,
are
I think
intimidated by
low
strong
value.
women.
Yeah.
And then I think low-value women I think they just attract one another. I feel like there's no way in hell you're getting a high-value woman without being a high-value man. And that's your values, not that doesn't mean like some champ out there listening right now doesn't have $10 million in the bank. You're not going to get a high-value woman. She wants to see your ambition and direction and how calculated you are to provide and protect. This is super controversial.
What?
I don't know if I'll ask it maybe down the road.
Wait, ask it.
You think I should?
I don't know what it is. Maybe
Should a man date a woman with 100+ body count?
All right, let's move on.
I feel like that's super crazy. My opinion would be no. Who ruins relationships?
I don't think they. I mean, it depends on what they want. Like, I don't know.
what
If
they
you're
want.
looking for a freaking
You know what I mean?
virgin,
Like,
don't do it.
Some of these OnlyFans people are falling in love. So whatever you guys want. Who ruins relationships more in 2025? Men or women?
I think women. I don't know. I was just throwing it. Maybe men. I don't know.
Is a woman settling if she dates a man who makes less?
I think there's so much to it. I just think there's so much to it. He can make less now and then make 100 million tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, where's he heading?
Yeah.
I don't think it's settling. I think it depends on the situation. If he's freaking like flipping burgers in Burger King, yes, you're settling.
Yeah.
But it all depends on where your guys are heading.
I really like this one. The last segment we have is super controversial right now. Is religion still sacred, or are people just using it as a brand virtue signal to manipulate? Which I completely agree. I told you, I think a couple of weeks ago, I stopped posting my Bible verses every day because I felt so conflicted that I was starting to get grouped, or I felt grouped into like these group of people that just manipulate with the word of God. Because no one's perfect. We are all sinners. I swear, I freak out. I don't know. I'm not a perfect human being. But if my goal is to convert people to the belief system that I have of believing in Jesus Christ, I don't feel like it would be positioning myself as I'm better than you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I was getting that vibe. So I want to open up with some of these. Do you think the pastors with the Lamborghinis and the watches are destroying faith or inspiring it?
I mean, I think it's an obvious question, but I think...
Have you ever seen like a pastor just absolutely like just money to the gills? It's crazy.
Not really, but
Some of these pastors have jets.
Actually?
Jets.
This is nuts.
PJs. Where do you think the money comes from? Do you know how it works when you go to church?
The donations?
Yeah, it's called like a tithe. I think it's Old Testament too, like in the Torah. 10% of your earnings go to the church.
We don't do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Give me 10% of your money. What are your thoughts on this? It's pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I think people that fall for that stuff are stupid. So,
Do you think modern Christianity, I feel like people are using Christianity more manipulatively because like you don't see people in reference to like the Muslim religion, they like don't play around with their religion. If you disrespect their religion, they take that very serious about their values. They don't make like a joke of it, if that makes sense. But you'll see people when it comes to modern Christianity, it's almost like it's more about a vibe than a value of like, what am I portraying and presenting? Then am I actually being a good person?
yeah,
Obvious?
I think I totally agree.
Yeah. Do you think people are truly following God or just avoiding guilt?
I think you got a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
you know? Some people are actually, very rarely, but I think I have like 3 people in my life that I can say that are actually being good human beings.
Yeah, me.
Listening to their... Yeah, you're one of them.
All 3 times, just all 3 different versions of me. Is there anything else super important you want to throw in here?
Yeah, I actually have something. I think in general, for me, it was hard to kind of get started. Not hard, but like I was always big on taking action, but sometimes you're not sure on, I don't know what your problem is right now or what your goals are on, what's the next step? How do I make my first dollar online? How do I make my first 10 grand online? How do I make my first 100 grand online? Like, or not online, whatever, like in your business independently. And I think execution is the biggest part of it. And here's my one trick for like actually executing as fast as possible. And it's actually a cool trick. And it actually has, it will actually increase your intelligence. So, no, I'm dead serious. This exercise is going to, wait, baby, is this for Instagram?
Yeah, but I'm not going to put music over the story.
Oh, so I can just talk.
Yeah.
All right. So you can increase your intelligence. Should I just make a smiley face, or you're just gonna?
Do I need to ask your permission before I put this on my story?
Huh? Just save it and take a couple more. Do it with an iPhone camera because that looks kind of poopy.
All right.
But anyway, you can increase your intelligence. You can increase your intelligence by exercising your brain. And it's a simple exercise it's really a simple exercise that will change your life. 3 simple steps. Step number 1, take a piece of paper and write down your goals or your problems that you're having right now. And you can write it right there in the top of the page. Step number 2. What was step number 2? I have it written down. All right, let me do it again. So, blah, 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 blah. All right. Simple exercise. Okay, so it's a simple exercise. 3 steps. It'll change your life. It changed mine. First step, you want to take a piece of paper and write down at the top of the page whatever your problem is or whatever your goal is. For example, I want to double my income in the next 30 days. Step number 2, sit down and force yourself to write down 20 solutions for that problem. And don't get up from your chair until you do that. 20 is the minimum. You can do more if you want to. And step number 3 is just, wait, what's step number 3? How do I say this? Okay. And step number 3 is to go over that list and find a solution you can take action on immediately. This will change your life. I just needed a reel out of this.
I know you needed a reel, buddy.
You think that was good?
I think it was great.
Oh, thank you guys for joining the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share,
Tune in. Follow us on Instagram. Need anything, reach out. Peace.